Welcome back to Uncharted 3. So yeah, we're still... Jova, you have something to say?
Are you okay?
Dwibs is going to be speaking Welsh.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Basically, audience, you know how Pedro lost the bet? Well, Dwibs made a bet with me, and 20 seconds later, I won that bet. So now Dwibs will have a part where he has to speak Welsh. And here's the thing, if he messes up with speaking Welsh, he will then have to do a part where he has to speak in Italian. A recording that will be sent to Tio later on.
Whose wrath would you rather face? Mine or Tio?
Anyway, cutscene.
Tio's might be safer.
Hey, Nate. Square Tower. Looks pretty old. Yeah.
Square soft? Oh, it's what's left of Square soft.
All right.
Anyway, Shiroi, I get the feeling your wrath might be more spooky. Like, haven't you heard all those tales about people who seem blind, but then it turns out that all their other senses are all rising up and everything, like Daredevil?
I'm not Daredevil.
Well, maybe you're like 2B then. You only look blind. And hey, you're a platinum blonde.
Jova, if you're gonna go talk about a better example would be the stupid male protagonist of Quest for Camelot, who even though he's supposedly blind, he can fight better than the non-blind people.
I know, right?
What kind of sense does that make?
Toph, I mean...
Well, sure, but Toph actually has a specific way that makes sense within the context of the universe. With Quest for Camelot, there's nothing. He's blind, but yet somehow he can fight.
Oh yeah, Quest for Camelot.
There's also a blind kid who can also kill a man.
To quote Doug from his review.
Oh yeah, Apollo Justice, implying that a blind kid can somehow pull a gun that's too big.
Not even just that. Not even just that. He also does. Not even just that, man. He also does that thing where, he also does that thing where he says, "Oh, you go on ahead. I don't belong in this world." What do you mean you don't belong? Just because you're blind? Not to mention, again, you're fighting better than everybody else in this movie. And once again, like Doug said, in fact, are you even blind? Like
Jova?
Also, yes, Dwibs, you were saying something?
Jova?
Yes?
Dwibs.
Yes, Dwibs, I do agree that it was an amazing part. No, Pedro, let him speak. What was it you were saying, Dwibs? How good's he doing, Shiroi?
Well, Dwibs, I'll just say this: you brought this upon yourself. So
I don't speak Welsh.
Demots.
Indeed.
Dwibs, stop attacking my family.
Aw, isn't that cute? He drew devil horns on what's her name?
Yeah,
page.
That's one of the things that I really love about Nate's notebook in all the games. Like, if you take the time to cycle through all the pages, there's always very neat little in jokes in the notebook. So it's a great thing that every time there was a new Nathan Drake game, the first thing I would always do is check the notebook.
I'm going to fetch something that's very relevant right now.
Oh really? What is it?
A hammer?
No, I'll be right back.
Oh, she's gonna get a sword and shield.
Pedro Rufkila for Nodiada.
Why yes?
He's saying that I think he's saying that he repeated whatever happened with you that made you lose the bet.
That's for another.
What do you think, Pedro?
I don't know. Watch that other part for those who don't know. Whatever. Yeah. So basically, this puzzle, as you can see through this notebook part, you're supposed to put. You're supposed to have.
Google Translate.
As you can see through the drawings.
Google Translate. Oh, good. Now you're really gonna piss Shiroi off.
As you can see through the drawings, we're supposed to have the shield face the axe, the rod face the shield, the sword face. Basically, we have to do that specific combination. Go ahead, Shiroi.
Anyway,
So what did you bring, Shiroi?
Read this.
Oh yes, read it, Dwibs.
Oh great.
Holy shit!
Oh, that was pretty
He
good.
got it.
Yeah. That was
very
impressive.
good.
Very good, Dwibs.
Yeah,
Now all you need is to perfect your Welsh accent. You can be lofty and
I
You're
was
lofty.
gonna
too.
go I was gonna go ha at that, but damn, that was good.
Wow.
That's just the thing, Shiro. And ready yourself, because from what we've heard of Lofty, apparently his Welsh accent is even thicker than Stephen Rodri.
Oh,
Really?
goodness me.
Ready? Wait, 1, 2.
I mean, I'm not sure Dwibs' accent was entirely spot on, but that was a damn good effort.
And hey, accent or not, we can just say he's out from the country.
Well,
so that would
crap.
explain the accent!
I assume that's one you actually practiced.
Yeah, I'll live.
You do know how to say yes in Welsh, right, Dwibs?
There's no way I'm getting back up there.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna head this way.
Yay.
Meet me on the other side.
There are actually several ways to say yes and no in Welsh. Several.
Oh yeah, let me guess, like, yeah, yo, okay, give me to ya, hibatsne.
Ois is one.
I do.
See.
Oh look, I got a trophy. Enthusiast treasure hunter. For those who can't read Portuguese.
Insert Knuckles raps here.
Hoyle tools.
One of these days we have to have some kind of part where I force Dwibs to speak Portuguese. Now that would be fun.
Yes.
Because it's mostly because obviously Welsh is when it comes to languages hard to learn. Obviously Welsh stands at the top as king, but Portuguese is also very, very hard for English speaking people to learn. My English teacher
Most people
from
just
the
say
seventh.
that it's similar to Spanish.
Or Brazilian.
Oops.
Dim ond if I disgo hwn yn y brysifisgol.
Basically, I'm guessing Dwibs is saying that that's an insult to Portuguese.
Ascol means school, so no,
dim,
that's
dim,
not it.
dim.
Oh, so it means that we need to be schooled in Portuguese, right, Pedro?
Don't worry.
Sorry, I mean, I'm guessing Portuguese is weird. I thought Portuguese was similar to Spanish.
It is.
in language.
It is similar to Spanish. It is, but there are some particular differences. Not just the accent, but there are different words, and there's just some particular differences. Yes, but yes, the core structure. Hold on, let me just finish, Rips. The core structure, however, is indeed basically the same as Spanish because remember, Portugal was created by Spanish people who decided to segregate from Spain. Go ahead.
And then Brazil was created by Portuguese people.
That's typical world history, Jova. Go ahead.
Hey, Pedro, beth yw pwynt ni?
Yes, Dwibs. Portugal. Well, actually, no. Portugal is not that great of. It's a great place to go on tourism, like you Brits always do for some reason. Well, remember, Shiro, David Cameron came spend his vacation in our beaches. So, but trust me, aside from tourism, it's not that great a country.
Oh God! Is it that huge guy again who can take a lot of hits?
We do have
there
great
at the
food.
door?
I'll give it that.
The migrant guys all like him with a pizza and iPhone.
Pizza?
Right on, Dwibs. Stick it to the man.
Shiroi, translation?
What do you mean translation?
Why are you
She
asking
can
me?
she can speak her own
You're
language.
Welsh.
Remember,
I can't speak Welsh.
a Welsh person that can speak Welsh.
I live in South Wales. We're all a bit lazy, I guess.
Shiroi?
What?
Dwi'n rochi ffaedig pwy Doctor Who.
Oh, he's
Ooh,
asking if you like
yeah.
Doctor Who, I guess. Right? Is that it?
I don't think so. He sounded angry.
It's because Doctor Who. Okay, it's because Doctor Who tries to pass itself off as being English. While
So-
We
making
didn't
it-
steal
so wait,
Doctor Who.
so-
We made an edgy spin-off.
So wait a minute.
He's also
Is Doctor
talking
Who?
about how-
So wait a minute,
He's also
Dwibs.
talking about how even though they tried to mask Wales as England, there are clearly Welsh signs.
I'm actually
in the
curious. I'm
background.
actually curious now. So is the word doctor in Welsh the same as in English? Because he said doctor.
It's because he's referring to the title of the show. Normally, whenever show titles are brought over, they tend to be kept the same.
Medig.
Oh, medic. Oh, medic. Oh, okay. That stands for medic.
snap.
Okay, sure.
Oh wait!
Okay, essentially,
Wait,
in
Dwibs.
Welsh, one thing I can tell you is that our words are either incredibly, like, it's our words are either English spelt poorly or really fucking incomprehensible.
Wait. Oh my god.
Jova.
Wait. So there actually is a translation for the Welsh version of Doc. That means you spoke English then.
Whatever.
Oh no, Pedro. That means a penalty.
I'm willing.
Yes,
I'm willing to let that one pass. Honestly.
Well, maybe we could make a compromise. Instead of speaking Italian, then we can have him speak Portuguese. That part.
That's okay, Jova. We'll decide that eventually. But regardless of that, well, that makes sense because the word medic is actually the most common word in most languages. For example, the word medic or medical doctor here in Portuguese, you say médico. So again, it's derived from the word medic is the most common usage all over the world. Usually, English-speaking people use doctor as in for medical doctor. But they can still say medic, if I remember correctly. But yeah, the word medic is the most common use all over the world instead of doctor.
Okay, question, Shiroi.
Go ahead.
Shiroi?
Yeah.
Is doctor actually in the Welsh vocabulary? Like the word doctor?
Well, it should be. I don't know what the word is,
Jova,
but I'm pretty sure it is.
Jova, considering how charming and funny the Welsh accent of the English language is in Ninokuni, I'll say the Welsh people are much better off with the Ninokuni style Welsh than the original one.
I'm just worried because if it actually is in the Welsh vocabulary, then Dwibs is off scot-free for that one.
A point extra balance by Uncharted.
I'm guessing he wants us to actually speak about the game. Is that it?
Yes.
Well, there's not that much. Well, there's not that much going on. It's just gameplay. Basically, again, I'm trying to sneak past them as much as I can. That's basically it.
So, Dwibs, what do you think of the upcoming Uncharted game anyway? Whatever it's called. It was called... Oh, I guess he thinks it looks so far.
Don't ask me. Seriously, I'm ashamed of myself, but don't ask me.
Runkasahi.
For a bit of
shame,
context,
Shiroi, for
the
shame.
majority of my family are actually fluent Welsh speakers, but I was never taught, and my mum was barely taught. So,
do your parents even care all that much about that particular?
not really. You don't necessarily need it where we.
Especially considering how, I mean, no offense to Welsh people, but that language nowadays isn't that kind of useless considering nobody else in the world speaks it. Sorry.
It's, aside from some small parts of America, it is useless unless you want a job in government.
Yep.
I guess.
Or any high level position. They usually favor people who are bilingual.
How funny! You have to speak an incomprehensible language to make it in politics. So what, Shiroi? Does this mean Donald Trump is the champ when it comes to Welsh politics?
No.
Speaking utter nonsense. I'm gonna run up to this guy, Nate.
Jova?
Yes, Dwibs?
Ydych ti'n hoffi Cathan?
No.
I think that was, do you like something?
Do I like Donald Trump? No.
No, not
do
that.
Not to mention Shiroi.
America does not like Donald Trump.
Not to mention Shiroi. Do you like something for Jova? I mean, Jova is the one of us that likes most things. So.
Do you like cake?
No. Well, I like cheesecake.
What?
I like cheesecake, but that's really it. I mean, I'm
oh
not
look,
really
he clipped. Did you notice? He clipped. He clipped for the wall. He faced for the wall.
When it comes to sweets, I maybe like vanilla ice cream, cheesecake and cheesecake ice cream.
Yeah.
Clippio. I'm guessing that's clipping. All right.
Yeah.
Clippio.
Look at that! I'm taking a cue. Look at that, Dwibs. Look at that, Dwibs. I'm taking a cue from your playstyle.
Yeah. Really. Oh.
All right. There's one more guy up there. There we go. Where'd he go?
Found him.
Oh, there he is.
Or he found No, we found him.
There we go.
Sioi. So is this ti'n ceg ar o'i gadwa a di ond a waith rhoi
I take it you're not looking
English
for...
English is usually.
I think, Jiroi, I think
I get
what...
the feeling you wouldn't be the first person to try and get a job in interpretation or translations.
Oh, Jova, one of the...
I would like to learn Welsh eventually.
Jova, probably maybe after this, since obviously it's still early for you, maybe I should show you one of my favorite comedy routines from TJ, where he's interpreting. Basically, to give you an idea, there's a Teen Bop you know those Teen Bop magazines that you guys have over there about Justin Bieber, the journalist.
Nobody reads those past the age of like.
Yeah,
13.
Oh yeah, I know, but still, like one particular series of videos that TJ had back a couple years ago was reading those magazines on camera and making fun of them. And there's a section in one of the magazines of interpreting Justin Bieber's tweets. Yes, and as TJ put it very well, because as we all know, Justin Bieber often speaks in complex metaphors. So obviously we need these incredibly intellectual people from this magazine to tell us exactly what it is. And there's a really great comedic routine that he makes about a specific tweet that he made called, and I'm quoting Justin Bieber's tweet here, flight delays equal not sweet. Jova, how about you try to interpret this tweet?
He hates that his flight got delayed.
That's the most obvious deduction that a simpleton like you, Jova, would think of, but TJ managed to decipher a much more complex meaning that Justin Bieber hid from all of us. But I'll show you that scene.
Pedro.
Yes, Dwibs?
Nid oes candor jet privat.
Privat? I'm guessing privat is private. I don't...
He's saying to handle that maybe in a private channel.
No. It's from TJ, the Amazing Atheist. He's a typical YouTuber.
Chat.
No, he's saying maybe you should share with me in a private chat.
Oh, he doesn't have a private... Oh, okay, sorry.
He's talking about you and me.
He doesn't have a private chat.
Schools.
Pedro, he's talking about you and me, like he would... Are you just messing
Look
with
in
me?
the chat.
Dwibs, you broke your rule.
Dwibs, you broke the rule. Now you definitely have to do it either Italian or Portuguese.
You know, fuck it. If you guys can't even be bothered to look in the chat.
I'm sorry, Dwibs. I'm sorry, Dwibs. I didn't get it.
I was guessing it though. I said chat.
Dwibs, you have to remember, I have Discord on streamer mode, which means I don't get notifications. So obviously I didn't know you posted anything in chat.
Why do one of the other two mention it then?
I don't get them either because I'm on streamer mode.
Remember, Dwibs, if Discord's notifications have sounds, it would be troublesome recording it, so we have to keep Discord on streamer mode.
Well, I officially.
Well, it's okay, Dwibs. Next part, you'll do it either in Italian or Portuguese. No pressure.
No, that's okay. That was a nice enough try anyway. And
wait. Also, is this a bad time for me to mention something?
I hereby apologise to all Welsh speakers everywhere.
Right.
To those in Wales and to the select few in Argentina who speak Welsh.
Is this a bad time for me to mention something?
Go ahead, Joel.
Dwibs, you technically already did the part where you had to speak in Welsh.
Are you freaking...
Pedro can attest to that.
Jova just trolled you.
So, does that mean I don't have to do the penalty? Since I already did the one part of it, technically.
Well, unless you want to do the penalty.
Nah. I'll tell you what.
Cleo's wrath is probably worse than
Also, Dwibs, I was sure you weren't even going to do the penalty, even if it was enforced going off of that.
Anyway, Jova, and I'll tell you what, in the next part, you can do a whole part in a foreign language.
Also, Jova, forcing Dwibs to, quote-unquote, rape the Portuguese language is kind of...
No, hold on. That was your idea, that you said you wanted to see a part where Dwibs does it in Portuguese.
Well, I was mostly joking, because, again, I'm about to explain why. See, the thing is, Jova, Obviously, I can speak for other countries, especially considering Teo gets quite pissed off when we try to do Italian accents or something like that. Charlie Martinet is the only one who gets a pass because, well, he's Charles fucking Martinet. I mean,
Well, and me too, because I do a pretty good Charles Martinet impression. Again, the term is American Italian.
Survivor, in case you're wondering what that is. Go ahead.
Yeah, the term is Italian-American accent. Anyway, basically for context, Dwibs, I was just foreshadowing when you need to do the part. I wasn't thinking you were actually going to do it in this part, but you did it, and well, figured why not go with it. Also, you did pretty good, I'll give it that. Again, you managed to speak one of the most incomprehensible words. The word of... Is that a county or city, Roy?
Funny enough, guys, I actually managed to... Actually, there was actually when I was in university, we were asked to try and say that, and the tutor who was teaching us said I was the closest out of everyone there who's correctly.
Interesting.
Wow.
Just to finish what I was saying, though.
It also helps that I was watching a video where one of our local weather presenters said that word pretty actually flawlessly. Well, considering he's Welsh himself.
Oh, yes, and how about that Welsh alphabet that Roy shared with us in the chat?
Anyway, just to finish...
That's something the Spanish do. Anyway, go on.
Just to finish what I was saying, see, the thing is, Jova, I don't... See, one of the things that, like I've already explained to you guys before, but comedy is a huge part of Portuguese culture. Just to give you a basic idea of how much comedy is ingrained in our culture, even in darkest times. There was... you'll see. Basically, there was a certain thing that happened, like... I think it was like 20 years ago. I better remember correctly because it happened over here in my city, the city that I live in, where a specific student over here in the school that I went to even actually attacked a teacher. And because of that, the teacher was sent to the hospital. Don't worry, he survived. He's fine now. Just to give you an idea, and I know this will sound mean-spirited and cold-hearted to you guys, but trust me, different culture in this regard. In the TV, our equivalent of David Letterman, he was even doing the comedians were even doing a joke, kind of joking about it, basically jokes about it. And don't get us wrong, it's not that we don't respect these situations. It's just that our philosophy when it comes to this kind of stuff is since it's done, we can't do anything about it. We'd rather just try our best to laugh it off and just try our best to get around it, because mulling about it is only going to make us sadder. So
I see.
It's kind of part of how we do things, basically. So
that's probably what America's going to be doing when Donald Trump's presidency is finally over. We're just going to laugh it off.
I'll continue later. So yeah, one of Talbot's men was brutally murdered, it seems.
What could have happened to him?
But by what?
Sure as hell don't like it.
Let me guess. Ancient cursed tribe or people or something.
We'll see. Anyway, just to finish, and Jova, that's the thing. Not only is that the comedy a huge thing here, part of our way of acting and our way of being, but again, one of the things we love laughing about is making fun of our own language anyway. So we don't really care that people make fun of Portuguese language anyways. We laugh, we're right along in the joke with them anyway. So it's kind of pointless in general to mock like the Portuguese language. We just mock it right with them. So,
you know, it's sad that you automatically think Dwibs tried to do your language to be a mockery of it.
Whatever. Anyway, let me explain this puzzle. Basically, hold on. Let's see. Okay, there we go. See? Okay. Basically, that's the specific set of things that we have to do. We have to press 4 of those symbols, then 3, but basically do that combination that we have. You can only press 4 of those, I don't know what to call them. There you go. First 4 of those, then 3 axes. That has to be the pattern. You have to pass through this entire floor using only that pattern. So basically, it's all about
you die.
If you get it wrong, you fall through the floor.
No, you just have to restart the puzzle over again.
Oh, wow! I'm surprised. An ancient civilization doesn't reward you with death.
Yeah, now we have to do 3 axes. Okay, and now 4 of these. There we go. Let's see what's next. 2 axes. Okay, see, we have to do this specific pattern, basically.
It seems too easy. I smell a trap.
Actually, we're fine. There we go.
There we go.
Well, let me guess. The thing that killed that guy brutally is down.
No,
there
still
waiting.
put that.
The thing that brutally killed that guy is waiting for us down here, isn't it?
Probably.
Let's see.
Want to give us some light? Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Sully. Your lighter, please. Very good.
Oh my.
Oh, it's actually doing a pretty good job.
Cool.
Hey, a little more light, Sully.
Creepy music. Oh, ominous music,
I'm sure
rather.
nothing's waiting to get us.
Nope,
Nothing's
nothing
gonna
right
happen.
now. We're good.
Oh, look! A pentagram!
Oh. So we're.
Are we
bringing
gonna summon the
death-
devil like in Ultima 8?
Sully, this
There you go. We found John Dee's lab.
out here in France. Well, he must have traced the clues back to the Crusades, just like Lawrence did.
So what? Was it Frankenstein then who ripped that guy apart?
Don't worry, Joe. We'll find out.
But what are these symbols?
It's the anticipation and waiting for it to happen that spooks someone.
Written here in a Enochian script.
Enochian.
Probably that language.
Cipher? I'll try.
All right, time to
yeah,
use our cipher disk to decipher the script.
If I made an Uncharted game, I'd have it so we have to try and decipher Welsh.
Magic to conjure spirits. Or the altar could...
Then Shuri would be. Oh wait, never mind.
Right. Help me push.
All right, let's
Shuri
push.
would be what?
Let's push
I
it.
was about to say Shuri would be an ace at it then.
Not really.
So Shuri,
then-
you mentioned something about how eventually you have to learn Welsh or something.
No.
No, eventually I would like to.
Okay. Then.
Uh,
She said that you only really need it if you want a job in the government.
It's
Well, it
probably
is nice to learn it, and despite, me not being able to make any points about what Dwibs was saying, I remember in school it was something I could grasp incredibly easily, easier than most, so
Here we go.
Shuri just wants
Give me a light.
too difficult to learn it.
Shuri just wants to watch Publicom without subtitles.
it
I
does
don't watch
remind me.
Publicom.
It does remind me of how I'm urging to maybe learn how to speak African more.
African's not a language.
God. I mean,
Well, there's Afrikaans, but
Jova, learn to be racially sensitive.
I'm African American. I'm there, but I see your point.
Yeah, but you're not the only minority.
True. I want to learn how to speak all the different subtexts of African languages.
Oh, look, we found ourselves another puzzle.
Eventually, maybe I could do a solo Welsh dub of, the fairy dialogue in Inokuni.
I can just imagine it now. Fairy Fencer F, dubbed by Shiroi.
No.
But Shiroi, you make killings in the views department.
All right.
I guess.
Unlike the previous puzzle, this one is not as easily handed to us. Oh, look at that! Nate wrote the solution on the.
So is this the one that kills us then? I mean, come on. Again, an ancient civilization.
Don't worry. This one doesn't kill us either if we get it wrong. But yeah, unlike the previous puzzle, this one is not given to us as easily as the other, because even though we're given minimal clues, but they're nowhere near enough to decipher it as easily as I did the previous one. This one you have to do a lot more thinking to get it right. So tune in next time where I show how you do that. So see you then.
See you then.
See ya.